Healthy relationships are built on a foundation of mutual respect, trust, and communication. They provide a source of support, companionship, and growth, enriching our lives in countless ways. In
Let me start off by saying that I am 28 years old and I am just now, for the first time in my life, in a real, serious, healthy, committed adult relationship. And trust me, I've dated a lot of guys, but like she says in that video, they just always end up in horror stories. There's so many games involved in dating, and it could be really discouraging when you believe wholeheartedly in love and you really want love for yourself. There was always just so much disappointment involved in my experiences that it just became part of my nature to assume that that's always going to happen and I'm always going to be let down by guys. So by the time that I met my boyfriend, it was just part of my thought process and my mindset. So say that he would go MIA for a couple of hours if he didn't answer my text because he was quite literally just busy at work. I figured he's ghosting me. I'll never hear from him again. If we had plans that night, I would say, oh, I guess he's bailing. That's just what they all do. But much to my surprise, he just always proved my thoughts wrong. And pretty early on in seeing him, my brain started to just like rewire. And I started to be able to tell myself like, but he's never given you a reason to doubt him. Trust his actions. Don't think about what has happened in the past. Anytime that like I started to think negatively, I was like, but he's never given you a reason to feel this way. So just follow that. Just trust that. And since then, since day one, he has never canceled a plan, changed a plan. Quite frankly, he's never even been late to pick me up. He's always been on time, even when we lived basically an hour away from each other. And like she says in that original video, some people will probably think that their relationship is too boring to talk about, but those are probably the most important stories to share. She's absolutely right, because a lot of people mistake it as being bored when the reality is you're just at peace. There's just no confusion, there's no games, there's no drama. So that might look like boringness. So while there is so much that I could share, so much that I love about him and our relationship, I think that point was the most important one. That now at 28 years old, I finally met someone and found someone who never let me be confused.
From effective communication and empathy to prioritizing quality time together, these habits are essential for nurturing connection, intimacy, and resilience in relationships.
19, we swipe right on Bumble. 3 weeks later, he tells me that he loves me. A month later, I meet his niece and his sister. 4 months later, he moves me out of my crappy apartment into his luxury high-rise. About 2 years later, he buys us a house. He just buys us a house. A little shortly after that, he flies his family from Buffalo, New York to meet my family in Portland, Oregon. He flies out 5 members of his family to meet mine. A few months after that, he proposes to me in front of my close friends and family. And this past December, he flew his family out to Nigeria, to the village where my family is from, so we can have our traditional wedding. And next year, we're gonna have our white wedding. Ladies, if he wants to, he will. This house that we're in, he bought for us. I had nothing to do with it. He just buys us a house because he says I deserve it. We're planning our second wedding and we're talking baby names. It's literally as easy as I'm explaining it is how easy it has been. He's never put any pressure on me and he's led the whole way. So honestly, if it's not as easy as I described it, it's not really worth it. I haven't had to struggle at all. And I'm an attorney. I'm somebody who could be fine by themselves, but for whatever reason, he saw the value in me and acted accordingly. So not all men are trash. I'm Nigerian. My husband is from South Sudan. Love knows no country, no border. If he wants to, he will.
And that's that.
Effective communication. Healthy relationships are characterized by open, honest, and respectful communication. Partners communicate their thoughts, feelings, and needs clearly and listen attentively to each other. Trust and transparency. Trust forms the foundation of a healthy relationship. Partners are honest and transparent with each other, honoring their commitments and demonstrating reliability and consistency. Mutual
Healthy relationships are out there. You just have to make sure that you are healthy enough to maintain yourself when a healthy relationship presents itself to you. Now, I did tell you guys that I met my husband on Bumble, and the funny story is I met my husband before we got married. We had only been together for a little over 5.5, maybe 6 months, and then we got married, and it has been the best decision of my entire life. Now, I know we're talking about healthy relationships, but I have to say this. Please, in the process of getting to know someone and everything is going accordingly, everything is peaceful, everything is good, vet them. Please, please, please vet them. Go to truepeoplesearch.com, go to freaking criminal search, whatever you can, just vet them to make sure that at least they're clean when it comes to legal crap. You know what I mean? Because yes, it could feel good for the 5 months you guys get married, and then after you're like, oh, I never made a Google search on this person, or I never, some sort of search for this person. And this has nothing to do with her because she's an attorney. That tells me all I need to know. But just please vet the person before you commit in a marriage. I cannot emphasize that enough. With that being said, I love my golden retriever, my clean, non-criminal man. Love him so much, and he loves me just as much, if not maybe a little bit more, but hopefully he doesn't watch this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and also don't forget to comment if you think love is conditional or unconditional, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
conclusion, the 12 habits of healthy relationships are essential for nurturing connection, intimacy, and fulfillment with our partners. By prioritizing effective communication, trust, mutual respect, and empathy, couples can build a strong and resilient bond that withstands the test of time.